Hi there, my name's Jay, and welcome to my channel for what it's worth. Now, if you're part of the younger generation and you came here expecting an old guy like me to trash your generation about being entitled, lazy, not listening, it's not going to happen here. And if you came from the older generation, boomers and things like that, and you expect me to trash your generation for being out of touch, shut down, and stuck in your ways, well, that isn't going to happen either. And if both of you came here expecting me to take a side and say one of you is the problem, that's not going to happen at all. In fact, this channel is designed to be the opposite of all that noise. And I know that's a big claim, but let me try to explain it to you. All right, so here's the way I see it. Every generation, doesn't matter, past, present, or future, they all struggle with the same issues, the same underlying issues. And those are creating connections, finding your purpose, developing security, and understanding the cost or the consequences of the decisions that you make. And when we look at it is technology, politics, music, clothes, language, all of those things have changed across the generations. Heck, when I was growing up, people used to say, not me though, totally tubular or cag me with the spoon. And it actually meant something to those people, but nobody talks that way anymore. But the new younger generation, they have their terms that they use that mean something to them and helps them express themselves. And so when you really get down to it, the stuff people are struggling with, regardless of the generation, it's the same as it ever was. And so I kind of look at it this way. It's just a different pocket on the same pair of pants. So here's the rub. If all of that is true about the underlying generational struggles that all of us as human beings deal with, if all of that is true, then why is it that everybody is talking past each other or around each other? And I've got to think that both sides come to any conversation with their guard already up. The older generation comes in and assumes, wrong, that the younger generation isn't going to listen. So they don't bother to say anything. And then on the flip side, the younger generation assumes that the older one, and they're usually wrong, is that they're just going to lecture them about stuff. And so they don't even bother to ask. So here's really the big problem, is that both sides, they both shut down before anybody has an opportunity to say anything. And the result of that is nobody learns a thing. So that's what this channel is trying to do. Be the voice on the other side of all the noise. Or maybe we should consider it the silence. One person who's older sharing the things that they've seen. And this is not a lecture, and it's not bashing anyone. It's just talking the way it used to be. Now, look, I don't claim to have all the answers because I don't, but I have been around long enough to see some things. And if any of it is useful to somebody coming up behind me, then that's what this is for. Here's the reality. We are shaped by all the decisions we have made. That is why over the generations, the underlying struggle that everybody has is understanding the consequences of the decisions that we make. Now, you've made some good decisions and you made some bad decisions, but all of those have gotten you right here and right now. Now, the ones behind you, you can't do anything about those, but the ones that are in front of you, those are still up for grabs. And during my lifetime, I've made a lot of decisions and I've watched people make theirs. Some of them worked out, but a lot of them didn't. And what I have seen is I've seen patterns, and that's what I want to share on this channel is patterns. And share those with you, because if something I say helps stack the deck in your favor, then I consider that to be a win. So take what helps, leave what doesn't, for what it's worth. Okay, so if you want to see what wisdom being passed down actually looks like, then you'll need to check out my upcoming episode 1, because it's a prime example. It involves Van Halen, fireworks, a school suspension, and a 14-year-old kid driving a nasty orange Chevy Cavalier at 4 o'clock in the morning somewhere in Colorado. And somehow it ends up being the best week of training I ever had. Okay, before I go, tell me about somebody who passed something down to you. Maybe it was a boss, a grandparent, a mentor. Drop their name and story in the comments because I'd love to read about them. And if this sounds like something you want more of, please hit subscribe. It helps more people find the channel. Now, I've spent a long time knowing a lot of things I never get asked about. Most people don't think to ask, but some people just don't listen. But you did. So thanks for stopping by, for what it's worth.